Hey, I'm back in the bus. I'm going to be working on some stairs to go right here in front of this emergency exit. I've seen a lot of people just remove the doors or seal them up or, weld them shut and then spray paint the inside black so it looks like it's still a functioning window, but I'd really like to use it. I've seen another couple of people do this. One guy did a really good job, and I'm probably just going to be copying his style. I'm actually subscribed to his channel, so if you're looking at this video on YouTube, you should be able to find that if you look into what this channel is subscribed to. Another person that did this justified it by saying, if this area back here is going to be the bedroom, and then I'm taking friends up here in the living room that are sleeping on the couches out camping, and then I get up early and I want to go out the front door, I'm going to be climbing over them. So it's nice to have this little side door. And this is where the kitchen's going to be, so it'll be like you can cook up food and have a picnic right out the front. I think it'll be really sweet. Of course, I don't think it's going to be easy. So I'm doing the measurements right now, and then I'm going to go cut some metal. And I salvaged a bunch of the old steel frame angle iron beds that everybody has somewhere in their garage. And so I'm going to be using that as kind of the structural pieces to go along with the sheet metal that's going to make up the stairs. So I guess I'll get to it. So these are the stairs that are in the front, and I measured them. This edge right here, the depth is 26 inches. I don't think I'm going to need quite that much. This is a pretty thick step down here, but you'll notice that it's flush with the exterior of the bus, which is going to be fine by me. So I'm going to just kind of copy about what they did, only it's not going to have any angle over here. It'll just be a straight, nice square, but back there. Alright, I've made some measurements. Hope that kind of makes some sense. It'll be about 10 inches deep, 22 inches wide, and 24 inches long going into the bus. I've also checked underneath here. I don't know if you can see. Underneath, you'll see there's nothing really supporting. This part of the floor is not doing anything structurally. All the stuff I'm doing is between this bracket here, which again, I don't know if you can see, and the mud flaps over here. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of trace a little bit and come up with, try to visualize it, and then I'm gonna get cutting, go into the basement and go cut some stuff. Alright, I'm in the basement. This is the template that I've got ready for the side of the stairs. These are my measurements. That's my straight edge. I was able to measure it out. This will be the bottom step, middle step, and then you're in. So 12 inches here, 12 inches there, 10 inches high, 10 inches high, 20 inches from the floor to the very bottom step, 24 inches across the top. So I'm just going to cut this with my jigsaw now. Alright, I'm working on the where the stairs are going to go. I'm standing in the emergency exit right here. Stairs are going to go right here. I started cutting to check my corners to make sure that the edges of where I'm going to be putting it are correct. you can see underneath. That's where they are. It's going to run right next to that mud flap and right inside this little side skirt support thing, and just going to cut through those two beams that are holding up nothing but the floor, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Possible we can convert that to a door.
Okay, it's raining really bad. We're coming out, working on what will hopefully be the last day on the door and the stairs, which are the last major structural changes that we have to make before we can start doing the insulation and a bunch of other stuff. So Kate is back here reinforcing the door. And then insulation's coming up next. So recently I came out here and primed all around the steel of the new staircase that I put in. I also sealed in with some of the roof sealant around the edges, and then sprayed using this this primer. Since it's just bare metal, wasn't really that rusty. Now I'm going to be taking this stuff. This is some weather stripping, and I'm going to be using it right around the edges of this door here. And you can see we got a little bit of surface rust here, but got a nice spot where we can where it can press up against, and hopefully it'll be watertight. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on now, and then we'll see how well it works. Okay, so I put the weather stripping in around the doors. There's the corners. There's what it looks like for the doors. Comes all the way down. I need to give it time to cure because part of it is sealed up with my regular roofing stuff that I've been using for pretty much everything. But so I'll just leave the door open for a little while. It takes 7 days for that stuff to actually cure, but looks like it's not going to rain today, so maybe I'll just kind of keep it open for the day, and I'll come back and close it tonight, and hopefully not get burglarized. Alright, it's March 21st. It's raining pretty bad. I wanted to go and see how my stairs have been doing. We finished the stairs the other day, and I recently sealed them up. I expect there's going to be a little bit of water down at the bottom of the stair, but if you look carefully, see, this is the original weather stripping for the door that went down to about here, came across. I cut the weather stripping off down here. I put some of this stuff, some of the roofing stuff that I like so much, right here in this little section. I'm going to sand it down a little bit, and then as an experiment I primed over it just to kind of see how it would react as it's drying. This is the dry version. This stuff cured months ago, and it paints. You can paint right over it, which is great. I was a little worried because it's flexible, so this was more of an experiment. I can just, prime right back over it, but this is primed as it was drying. You really need to let it sit for 7 days, but I'm sure it's perfectly fine. So let's take a look here. Oh, still a little sticky. It looks like water was still pooling. Water's still getting in somehow. I'll have to figure that out. But you can see I've done some weather stripping around. This should sit flush with the edge of this thing right here. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to work on it some more later. But the stairs are in. They're looking pretty great. This is not rusty. This is just rust from walking around up there and then coming down here. I just need to put some of that truck bed liner on the back side, and then I'll figure out how to seal these leaks that are still popping up. And yeah, got some nice stairs in there.